Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about my Shein experience. A lot of people have asked me about my experience with Shein, and also they have asked me specific questions. So I'm going to try to answer this as thoroughly as possible. I'm going to try to talk about a lot of things that have to do with Shein, okay? And the reason why I'm doing Shein is because it's the website that I do the most hauls off. So let me start. First of all, my videos are not sponsored by Shein. Shein has never given me anything free. Like, they've never reached out to me. They probably don't even know I'm doing these videos. Otherwise, they would have reached out to me maybe. But no, I've never been sponsored by Shein. Everything I buy with my own money on the Shein app. And that's how I do it. I do use the Shein app because it's the most convenient way of me doing things. But basically, you download the app from Shein and then you register. I did that because if you register, you're able to accumulate points, and they give you codes or discount codes that you could use on your purchases. And so that's great. I mean, that's why. And then I know that I'm going to be using it a lot, so that's why I downloaded it. Okay, so if I'm looking down a lot, it's because I have everything written down that I'm going to talk to you about. So I'm making sure that I'm going through all the points that I want to talk about. And I have like an outline of what I want to say. And I'm like crossing out things that I already said, something I already talked about. If not, then I will not remember what I'm supposed to talk about. Okay. Let's start out with what is Shein. So Shein is a foreign website. Foreign because I live in the United States. I live in the state of Texas, the great state of Texas, in the Houston area. And I think Shein is from China or something like that. I'm not completely sure, but I know that I receive, like, my stuff that I have received, they come from China. That the quality from Shein varies. I feel like they've been getting better. But whenever I do my hauls, I always tell you exactly what I think of each individual item. I will not sugarcoat anything. I will not just tell you, oh, it's great, when it's not. So I want you to understand that I'll always be honest when I'm reviewing something. So the quality, it varies. It varies depending on the item. So it's a good idea to look at the reviews on the website for each item, because when people buy it, they know if it's going to run small, if it's going to run big, the quality of the fabric, the fit. And that's how you get an idea of what you're trying to buy. Sizing ties into that as well. So sizing, I am normally in the United States a size 16, which is, I believe, a 1X here in the United States. But in Shein sizes, I am a 2X. And that is normally what I am. That's the size that, according to them, is like a 16, 18. It's a 2X. So that's what I mostly buy, unless I see in the comments, in the reviews, that people are saying that it runs big or it runs small, then I'll get another size. And usually people are correct. So they do have measurements. Whenever you click on a size for a specific garment, it says right there the sizes. So it says the bust, the hips, the waist, and arms, and things like that. So that you know if it's going to fit you according to your measurements. So I do suggest you know what you measure. You have to measure yourself in order to be able to buy the right size for yourself. I can tell you though that they're not always correct. They're sometimes off a little bit, and it also depends on how you want things to fit you. So I am normally I'm 48 inches across the bust. But if I see a garment that is 2X and it's exactly like 48 inches across the bust, it means that it's gonna fit snugly, right? So if I want it more loose, I am going to get the next size up. So you get the idea. Sizing can vary sometimes. They've gotten a little more consistent with their sizing, but you still have to look at the reviews and you still have to look at the measurements that they provide. They have a point system. The way the point system works is that if you log in every day, you check in, at least when I have the app and they send me a reminder each day to check in. I just click on it and I get like a point, or I get like 5 points. I have been able to get around 10 points sometimes if I do it consecutively, because that's the idea, that you do it every single day. And when you do it consecutively, it really helps to like get more points. It's one point equals 1 cent. So if you get 10 points, it's 10 cents in your account. If you get more points, well, it's more money. So just like checking in, you get like a few cents, you know, each day. I believe the first day it's like 1 cent, the second day it's like 2 cents, the third day, and so on and so forth. Sometimes they'll just jump from 1 to 5 cents, but that happens sometimes. The points, you can use them towards your purchases, but you can only use 70% of your points. And I didn't know that until yesterday, because I had $20 in points. And so I have basically I don't know. But anyway, I'm trying to do the math, but I'm not great at math. But yeah, I had $20 in points. And I purchased something and it cost like $21 or $22. And they only allocated some of my points towards that purchase. And I was like, why aren't they letting me use all my points? Why am I not able to use the $20? So then I like Googled it, and basically it says that you could only use 70% of it, 70% of your points. So in one transaction. So if I do another transaction, then I could use points there. But it's only 70% of your points in one transaction. So there's other ways to get points. For example, they do Shein live events in which there's usually like a person talking and trying on clothing, and or like they did one a while ago in which I actually got some points, and it was like some like famous people like that. They were kind of like, they were talking and they were trying on clothing. They were interviewing them. So when you watch those, I don't think you get points for watching, but every once in a while they have this little looks like a little treasure box, and it's a points box, but they tell you it's like points in 3, 2, 1, and if you click on it really fast, you actually get some points. A lot of times I haven't gotten any points, but there's other times that I've gotten like 10 points, 50 points, 8 points, 7 points, whatever, you know, like it's something. So yeah, make sure that if you have the time and you have the patience to like actually attend those online viewing events so that you can possibly get some points. The other way that you get points is when you do your reviews. So when you buy stuff and you do your reviews, you get a whole lot of points. Those points that I have right now, like around 20 something dollars worth of points, is because of my reviews. You get 100 and something, I think it's 150 points, which is $1.50 per like a certain number of reviews. And if you add photos to your reviews, you get even more points. If you don't include pictures, you're gonna get less points. So do reviews. It doesn't matter if they're good, they're bad, whatever. There's people that actually just say in their reviews, they'll be like, I'm just doing this per points, and they put a picture of the item, not even on them, and they get the points. And that's the reason why they do it, because they get points. Now, I would say be honest in your reviews instead of like doing something like that, because that doesn't really help anybody else. That only helps the person that is actually doing the review to get points. Be honest, because I want my experience with that garment to help other people. And I hope that everyone feels the same way. Like, we're trying to help each other out, right? And I think that that's the best way to do it, by reviewing the garment honestly, or reviewing the item. It could be anything. Honestly, just be honest. Okay, so that's reviews, that's points, and that's how reviews and points tie in together. So it's very important for you to review things. Coupons or discounts. So when you are a member, a registered member, you're gonna go through certain tiers, and I believe there's 3 of them. It's like S1, S2, S3. It depends on how much you have spent. I had spent a whole lot of money already, and I was still in number 1, where it's like 0 to something. So you start at number 1. And I was like, oh heck no, like I already should be on 3, but they had not placed me on 3. You get certain benefits when you are on a certain level. So I wanted to be on 3, where where I belonged, you know. I did send them a message through Instagram. Actually, I didn't send them a direct message through Instagram. I actually commented on one of their posts about my situation, and they added those. They actually raised my category, my level, like the next day. So they do read their comments on Instagram. And so I say that, if I know that a lot of people complain in these Instagram comments, and I'm usually like, oh my gosh, can't they just send them a private message? Why do they have to like write it there? But I think that many times they don't answer when you send them messages. So, but they want to make people happy in the comments. They don't want people leaving bad comments on Instagram or on social media. So they actually do answer to it. And like I said, the next day I had my point. I had my level raised to where I was supposed to be. Now, whenever you're like on a bigger level, you get certain things. Like, for example, I got a coupon for free shipping if you spend over 1 cent. So basically you get free shipping, even it doesn't matter the minimum. That one is always refreshing. So it lasts for like about a month, but then if I haven't used it in a month, they give me another one. And I recently used it. Yesterday I placed an order and it was not more than $59. So, cause I think it's at $59 that you get like free shipping without having to put in any code. So even when they do have those events that are like, oh, today is $9.99. If you spend over $9.99, you get free shipping. You still have to use that code for that for that free shipping. So yeah, coupons could come in handy. Another thing about coupons is that I think that you need to look at all the coupons and decide what is best for you and your order. So for example, right now I have a coupon that's like 10% off. I have another one that's like 20% off. I have some other coupons, right? Like free shipping or something like that. You have to decide, first of all, if you're going to spend less than $59 and you have a free shipping coupon, use it. The regular price, I believe it was telling me yesterday, it's like $4. So if you ship regularly, it's $4. Right now, they're not doing express shipping. So you can't even pay for that right now. They're not doing it. But the regular shipping, at least for what I was ordering for, I don't know if it varies by how much you spent. So my order was supposed to come out to about $28, including the shipping. And I used some of my points, 70% of my points. And then I also used the free shipping coupon. So it came out to about $7. And that's how much I spent yesterday. Okay, so yeah, you have to look at it and you have to decide what is the best coupon for you. So for example, and this I have received several times, it's like a certain amount off coupon or a certain percentage off coupon. So like last month or 2 months ago or something like that, I spent $212, something like that. I know I did another order for like 180 something, but that one I spent over 200. So if I spend $200, for example, and I have a 20% off coupon, that's going to be $40 off. But I also have a coupon that is $40 off if you spend $189 or more. So either way, you're still going to be saving $40. So you could use either or. But if I'm spending $190, for example, $190, I'd rather use the $40 off coupon than the 20% off coupon, because the 20% off coupon is going to be a little bit lower than like the 20% off coupon. It's going to be like $2. It's going to be $2 less, you know? So basically it's more expensive for me if I use the 20% off than if I use the $40 off. It's just a couple of dollars, but we're trying to save. All right, so you have to kind of like play around with coupons. Another thing is that you can only use one discount per transaction. You cannot use more than one. You cannot stack coupons at all. So it's only one. So that's why you have to decide what is best for you. As soon as you go over $59 though, you don't have to pay shipping. So you don't have to use that free shipping coupon because there's no point. You don't have to pay shipping anyways. It's free shipping. All right, so there have been times when at the beginning especially that my order took about a month to arrive, and this is with regular shipping. I've never had express shipping. It took about a month to arrive. There was another time where it took 3 weeks, and the last time that I ordered, it took exactly 1 week to arrive. So I've ordered many times, and it always varies between a week and a month. So just so you know, like you have to know that. I am in the United States. I am in Texas, in Houston. So that's what it will look like if you're in this area. I don't know what it will look like if you're in another country or if you're another part of the country. But that's what it looks like for me, between a week and a month. So I see people like in the comments sometimes in the Instagram comments, they'll be like, I ordered 3 days ago and I still don't have my order here. Like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, that is just not like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. It could take anywhere, like I said, from a week to a month for you to receive something. And I would say, like, after a month, I would definitely try to get in contact with them and be like, where the heck is my order? In the Instagram comments, like I said, because they don't answer. So yeah, I haven't had an issue with shipping because I am realistic and I know that it's coming from another country across the world, and it is what it is, you know? So I make sure that I don't order anything that I'm gonna need in 2 weeks, or it's something that I'm gonna need in 3 weeks. I usually order stuff that I know I'm gonna need like in 2 months, just in case, okay? So be realistic. That's what I'm trying to say. It's be realistic with their shipping times. If you have the app, it makes it really easy for you to see where in the process your order is. Like, it takes about 3 days for them to process your order, and then after that it ships out. I've had instances, like especially like back in like March or April, where it would take like a week to process and then it would ship out, and then it took like 3 weeks to get here. But now it's taking about a day or 2 or 3 to process, and then it ships and I get it in about a week. So I think that's pretty good. I mean, I made like a big order recently that was like 44 items, and it processed like in 2 days, and it was here at my house in a week. So I ordered it on a Monday, and the next Monday it was here at my house. So that's pretty fast. Okay. And then if you go to your orders, and I'm gonna show you on my phone, but if you go to your orders, you're gonna be able to see all your orders, and then you're gonna be able to see if you put track where in the process it is, and if it's on its way or not. They always tell you, like for example, like the one I ordered like 2 weeks ago, that 44 item order, it said that it was gonna get here September 15th or something like that. I ordered it like the last week of, like almost the last week of August, and I got it a week later. So it's a big difference between September 15th, which was gonna be like in 3 weeks, to when I actually received it. So I received it in a week, not in a month. But yeah, they tell you a long time just so that you don't get desperate and worry. All right, now I'm going to talk about returns, because I know there are a lot of people that have issues with returns. I have done 2 returns so far on Shein. The first return is free. As that's what I know. At least in the United States, the first return is free. I don't know if it's the same in every country, but the first return is free. So basically, if you need to return something, they do not have a slip that you automatically just like put in your return and you send it like some other companies do, like a return slip.
Loud noises.
These children. And that's why I try to make videos early in the morning, but today it's not happening. It's early still, but whatever.
Hey.
He's like Chewbacca.
Epic gamer moment. I'm gonna be loud.
You better stop. And I'm using a mic so that it's not as bad, like it's not picking up my surrounding noises. Okay, so the returns, you need to have a printer, or you need to have somewhere to print a paper. Okay, so with returns, what I do is like go to my order on my app. I'm going to show you, and then you're going to click on if I believe it's 90 days from the day that you bought it, that you have the opportunity to be able to return something. So you click on return from that order, because you can only send stuff from one specific order at a time. Otherwise, they're going to charge you separately for each order. So don't do that. One order at a time, okay? If not, it's going to just be confusing. So let's say that I ordered a whole lot of stuff, and like 3 of the things I didn't like. I'm going to click on return, and then they're going to give me the opportunity to click on the stuff that I want to return. If it's something that you cannot return, it's not going to be there, or it's going to be grayed out where you can't actually click on it. So that's how it works. Then you're going to write why you're returning it for each item. And then if there's something wrong with the item, like if they actually sent something that was ripped, if it was stained, if anything like that, which has never happened to me so far. But if there was a defect with the garment, you have to take a picture of it. And there's a place where you submit pictures right there, okay? Make sure you take a picture. Otherwise, they're going to think that you messed it up and you're not going to be able to return it. They're not going to accept it. Okay, so then you click on, I guess, finished or something like that. And then they're going to send you an email. And in that email, there's going to be paper that you print out, and that's the paper that you're going to stick on the box that you send them. So you put that on the box. Like, there's a paper that goes inside the box. Part of that paper goes inside the box. The other part is actually like the part that goes on top of the box, but it gives you instructions right there. And then you just bring it to the post office and you just give it to them. They give you a receipt. That's it. Okay, so my first return took about a month for them to like put the money back into my account. I had paid through PayPal, so they can accept the return. They can authorize the return and everything like that, but then they have to send the money over to the original place that you paid from, and that could take a while. And then after that, PayPal, in my case, had to return the money to me, and that took a long time because PayPal is very slow with returns, very slow. Okay, that was my first time, and I got all the money back from that I paid for each of those garments. If I had used the coupon code, they're gonna give me what I actually paid for it. So if something cost originally $10, but I only paid $8 for it because I had a code, they're gonna return $8. They're not gonna return 10. I didn't pay 10, I paid 8, okay? So that's how it works. And you could decide for them to either put it into your Shein wallet so that you could use it in another transaction, or you could decide for them to return that money to you, like through whatever method that you purchased it with. In that case, it was PayPal. My second experience with returns was a little bit different because it was already my second time, which means that this time I actually do pay something for a return. They charge $6 for returns after your first return. Every other return after that is going to cost $6. So if there's only one thing that you need to return and it's like $7, $10, it depends on if you feel that it's worth like getting less, you know. So if you return something that costs you $10 and they're going to take off $6, you're only going to get $4 back, okay? So keep that in mind. That time that I returned stuff, it was like $106 worth of stuff that I returned. And so they took $6 off. They don't charge you right away for it. They discount the $6 from the total that they're supposed to return to you. So instead of them returning $106 to me, they returned $100. Now this time I paid with my MasterCard, credit card. I paid with a credit card. So so I shipped it back on a Monday. I did my return thing. They sent me my slip. I sent it in the mailbox I sent it through the mail on a Monday. On Tuesday, they had already approved my return. So on my app, there's gonna be a place where you see your orders and you're gonna see your returns. And they approved it on Tuesday. Then by like Wednesday, they had already refunded me. Not refunded me, but they had already started the process. And then so now it's up to my financial institution, or in this case it was my credit card, to be able to process it. So they had already done their part in like 2 days. Now it's up to MasterCard to return that money into my account. Now, if you pay with a credit card like MasterCard, they're gonna credit you. They're gonna credit your MasterCard. So for example, like right now I owe like, because my bill still hasn't come, so I owe like 200 and something on my MasterCard. And then I returned 100, I returned something, they're gonna put a credit of 100. So now I don't owe 200 and, for example, 280, now I owe 180. That's how it works. Now, if I already paid my MasterCard and it's at zero, now it's gonna have a credit of $100. You can call MasterCard and ask them if they can mail you a check for that money. But if you don't, then it's just gonna stay there. I think after 3 months being there that you haven't used your card, they have to mail you a check. But before that, you have to call them if you want a check for it. If not, then it's just gonna be a credit on your account. So next time you use it, you're gonna owe less. Okay? If you understand what I mean. Anyways, it took from the day I shipped it back to Shein to the day that I actually had that credit on my MasterCard account, it took 1 week. Exactly 1 week. I did it on Monday, and by the next Monday I had that credit on my MasterCard. So it's a big difference between the first time that I did it and the second time that I did it. The first time it took a month. The first time it took a month. The second time it took 1 week. There are certain stuff that you cannot return. For example, anything that will touch your bare, intimate parts. Bras, lingerie, underwear, bathing suits, face masks. There's a lot of things that you cannot return, but it says it on each individual item. There's a description of the thing, and it says no returns or exchanges on it. So no matter what, it says right there, no returns or exchanges on it. I think the only way that you would be able to like exchange maybe a product if it came damaged, if it's from the no return or no exchange list, but if it came damaged, they might be able to do something about it, maybe exchange it. Probably not return it, but maybe exchange it. And I've never done that, so I don't know how it works, but that's my thinking. I mean, at least that's the way it should be. If it's damaged, why are you gonna keep something that it's damaged? First of all, you need to be aware that there's things that you can't return. Like for example, I have bought a lot of bathing suits from Shein, like 15 bathing suits, and not all of them fit me. So I knew beforehand, before actually buying them, that I was not going to be able to return these. I have bought other stuff that I cannot return, and I know that I cannot return them. So it's very important that you look at reviews, because if it's something runs small, if something runs big, if something it's the wrong fabric, if whatever, you're going to see it on the reviews, and you could decide before purchasing it if it's something that you want to run the risk of purchasing or not. If there's no reviews at all, there's a big risk. Okay. And that's why it's important to and I think that's why it's important for me to show you hauls and actually be honest with my reviews of each individual garment, because I don't want you to spend your money, hard-earned money, and spend it on something that you're not gonna even be able to return if it's not right, if you don't like it. So there are times when I don't want to return something because maybe it's just one thing and I don't want to have to discount $6 for my return in order to return. So the way I go about that is I either give away my garment to my mom, my sister, my daughter. My daughter is smaller than me. My mom is just a tiny little bit smaller than me. And my sister, that she's the same size as me but a different body shape. So I give it to them. Hopefully they fit because they're in another state, so I don't know. So I just send it to them. Or the other thing that I do is that I either donate it or I resell it. So if it's something that I know it's gonna sell easily, I will put it on like Nextdoor. I will put it on OfferUp, or I will put it on Facebook Marketplace. And I usually ask for it the price that it costs on the website, because people would rather go ahead and buy something from someone locally than go into Shein and just have to buy like one item. And then some people are just curious, they've never tried Shein before, and they see something there and they want to see what it's like. So I will like sell it. I usually will wash stuff before I sell them, and especially if it's something like a bathing suit, for example. The other thing that I do as well is give it away to a thrift store. So there's a thrift store in my area that their profits go to benefiting to women's and children's shelters. So basically, women that have been victims of abuse, there's a shelter for them, and those proceeds that they get from selling their clothing there go to benefit those shelters. And yeah, that's what I do sometimes. So all in all, so summary, I either give it to my friend, to my family, if something doesn't fit, or I resell it on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace, or I give it to the thrift store that helps out women that have been victims of abuse. So I was reading reviews about the Shein app, and I'll tell you, I've never had a problem. Like when I downloaded the Shein app, I know some people will start getting spam, or it's like something with identity, problems with like identity issues or something like that, but I have never experienced anything like that. I downloaded it and I downloaded it. Like I never had any issues, so I cannot speak for that. Yeah, I've never had an issue with the app. I've never had an issue with things not arriving. I've never had an issue with something arriving that was damaged. Sizing, yeah, sometimes things are a little bigger, sometimes they're a little smaller, but I already told you how to take care of that. And yeah, I don't like, I really haven't had any like really bad experiences with Shein. I have not, other than the quality of some items or like the sizing. But I will, like like I said before, whenever I do have an issue with something, I will tell you in that haul what my issue was. I am completely transparent. I am completely honest with you. I don't want you to go through a bad experience. If I went through something, I'll let you know, just to warn you so that you don't go through that bad experience. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, that is it for this Shein experience. Let me know if you have any questions about Shein. If I know the answer to them, I will let you know. If I don't know the answer, I will also let you know I don't know the answer. My experience is my experience. My experience is not your experience, okay? So I am being honest about what has happened with me. If you had a different experience from mine, then that's your experience, okay? And if you want to talk about it, you could talk about it. Like, I know some people will get attacked for saying something. I don't see why, because if I have never experienced something, why would I bring them down, you know, if I haven't experienced something? If I experience something and I lie about it, like if I have a bad experience and I lie about it, then that is wrong. To me, that is very wrong. But I've been completely honest with you today, okay? So if you had a bad experience, like, go ahead and write it in the comments. You know, it may be different from mine. It may be, you might have experiences that are different from mine. You know, things happen to different people. So that is how it is. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and stay safe out there. Bye.